Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. Today we're going to be messing around with the iRig Pro Duo I.O. That's a mouthful. But it's time for another mouthful, a mouthful of Cy Effen's Neutrik, no MS, synth, Waverly. Boom. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. That was Cy Effen and his project, No MS. And his new album is going to drop, I do believe it's October 1st, if I'm right. I should know that, but I'm terrible. He's been working on this album for quite a fair bit. This clip is now available. That just went live, probably now, just after playing it. Better make sure I've put a like on it. Liked, subscribed, all that stuff. Thanks, Tom, for putting a link in the description as well. Welcome to the show. Hey, if you're watching over on Facebook, what are you doing? Come over here to YouTube at youtube.com/Jade Starr, or you can head over to the Twitch at twitch.tv/howtoapp on iOS, or you can watch the show daily in the browser at howtoapponIOS.com. Oh, boom. Alrighty. I hope you're all doing well. Let's pop over to the chat and say hello to people in the chat. Hello, Andy Goldsby. I'm going backwards today. Been jamming since birth. Cy Effin, good to see you. And as always, doctor's orders. Doctor's orders. Thomas Christ, Russ 8889, Dave Fox, hello. Gary Hubbs, I hope you're doing okay, my friend. Mr. Hubbs. Scott, hello to you. Hello, hello, hello. Have I missed anyone? I'll go to the top now and work down. Hello, Tom. Good to see you as well. Tom's just dropped a new track, which we'll probably play tomorrow, I think. Hello, Brad Example. Hello, 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 hello. Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody, most of the people, yeah. If I miss you, I'll circle back. I'll try and get there. Hello, hello, hello. Good stuff. So today we're going to be looking at the iRig Pro Duo. But before that, let's jump in and have a look if there's any price drops. I don't think there are for apps, but we'll do it anyway. Boom. Swybrid picking guitar tool was $24.99, $14.99. I don't know anything about that. It's a picking. It's a. What does it do? Okay. It teaches you the sweep hybrid technique of Swybrid picking. I'll believe that. Everything else that I showed yesterday, if you can have a look there, all still on sale. I really need to pick up this. I don't own this 8 Matrix. Maybe I should get this while it's on sale. Yeah. Let's jump out of this because I'm not going to bury the lead today. And let's jump straight in and have a talk about what I'm looking at today because it is exciting. Yes, it is exciting. Oh, by the way, so yeah, I'll go back to Cy's album. Cy's album is due out October 1st, I do believe. He spent 6 months. Yeah, is it about that long, Cy? Creating it. We've been mastering it over on the Patreon. So yeah, every weekend on the Patreon, we master songs, and we've been slowly mastering those over time. And then once he'd finished the album, then we jumped on Skype. Same thing as what I did with Russ, and we did this over Skype and mastered the entire album all at once. There's a Delicate Giants cup. There you go. And it's pretty much been, it's ready to be released. So good news. iOS 15 is ready today. There you go. So, hey, if you want to go down and download it, all right, good luck. Let us know all the problems that you have. I'll be waiting 6 months' time. And I'll let you know in 6 months because here's the deal. If you want to grab iOS 15, don't listen to me. What do I know? I've only been using iOS since, I don't know, to make music since 2012. Just wait. It's only a little while longer. Let other people fuck up first, yeah? Because if you're halfway through a project or a big project and you download iOS 15, probably not a smart idea. Just saying, some things might break and you might be yelling at your little device going, I hate you! But feel free and then come back tomorrow and tell us if there's any problems. Yes, indeed you do. So, we're going to look at this today, this wonderful little beast. Let's go to this camera. The iRig Pro Duo. There it is in its box. I have currently been using, for the longest time, the Steinberg UR22. But now I have this little beastie here in full transparency. IK Multimedia sent me this. They have not told me anything that I need to say, so there's no bias or anything like that. I've had it for almost a week. I've been using it to record recording guitars and bass and vocals for the new FMC EP I'm working on for Songtember. Plus, I've been using it to work on the Desir album I'm working on with Kev Hart to record vocals on that. So I've been using it a fair bit, and we're going to talk about it today. But first, I'm going to remind you all, because I always do forget, that I have a gear guide, and it is currently on here. Yes. So this is my gear guide. So the link is gear.howtoapponIOS.com, and all of the stuff that I use in my studio is on this gear guide. So my keyboard, you can see my iRig Stomp, the Stream Deck that I use here every day to move around my show each day, the microphones that I use, drum kit, all the gear that I use, everything is on here with Amazon links. And if you do choose to purchase something from the gear guide here, then I get a small piece of the pie. Not very much, but a small piece. So you can use that. So the iRig Pro Duo is already on here as well. Let's look at some prices. See, here it is on my gear guide. There is all my gear and stuff. I couldn't find, this is weird, I couldn't find a link for it on the US. That's bizarre, isn't it? But let's check the UK. How much is this sucker before we jump in and play with it? Because it's always good to know. Oh yeah, I've got to do this, accept cookies. Do I have to? So that even doesn't give me a price. Nice job. I mean, good job. Man, I love when things don't work. I can give you the Canadian price. Or maybe I can't. Oh, there it is. 180. Oh, they've moved their prices. 189 Canadian. There you go. 189 Canadian. That's how much this thing is. And see, there is no price for this one for some reason. And Australia, I can tell you that as well. It is. Maybe I can't. Man, did Amazon move all their prices around? What is the deal? 329. 329 Australian. So it's really expensive in Australia, but that's because our dollar's crap. You know what I'm saying? Our dollar is poop. But you can buy this on the gear guide. So there you go. So let's jump in and have a look at it. What do you get in the box? All this kind of stuff. Oh yeah, the other thing with the gear guide. Hey, if you just like shopping and you want to buy like, I don't know, some tissues or toilet paper or anything, you can actually use my links, click on anything to do your shopping, and then use my links just to buy normal stuff, and I'll get a cut from it. So there you go. All right, so here is the box. This is what it comes in. This is le box, there you go, le box of le iRig Pro. Let's open it up and see what's inside le box. I repacked it for you so you can see the whole, how it all comes, how it all happens. Oh man, I just ripped the box. How many times have I opened this box in the last week? And on the show, I rip it. Unbelievable. Yeah, Russ buys dog treats all the time on my Amazon links. And so this is where you get inside. There you go. So, and looks nice and spiffy. Nice and spiffy. There it is, the little device. It's very small. It's very light. It's got a really soft kind of matte finish, like almost rubbery kind of feeling, which is nice. Let's take out all this stuff. You get a couple of like little tags in here with software that you can install. And you get this little box here. So let's throw all this away. What dog treats do I recommend? You need to ask Russ that. Russ is the one who buys dog treats using my Amazon affiliate links. So in here is your cables. Let's open up. Now, one of them I've already got out of here. One cable I already have taken out because it's ready to set up. You get a whole bunch of cables. Look. So you get a whole bunch of things. It's Cable City. We can get rid of that box now. Alrighty, so we'll kick off with what are these? What are these things here? So you get two MIDI DINs, two old school original MIDI DINs, which go into the back. And how do they go into the back, I hear you ask? Well, see those little 3.5mm plugs? there you go. There's the little 3.5s, and they go to an in and out MIDI in there. So there's your two MIDI connectors. Easy. Piece of piss. What can I say? Done. I'm not going to be using those today because how I have my setup here is I have all my MIDI connections going into USB in a hub at the back. So I'm just not going to be using these today. So we'll just discard those for now. But they do work. They're all good. You get 3 of these. 3 other different cables as well. Count them. 1, 2, 3. I only have 2 in hand. But that is because 1 is currently plugged in. Let's pull these out. They're plastic bags. Yeah, yippee-doo. Okay. Now, my only complaint about this. The only thing I'm going to say about it that I dislike, and it's, you know, this isn't specifically a hate thing against IK Multimedia. I love IK Multimedia. I love the things that they have. Yes, Mixbox has been on sale for weeks now, and I think it's on sale for another 2 days. Right. Here's my one thing I'm going to complain about. I fucking hate I hate proprietary cables. I hate proprietary things like lightning adapter for iPad, all that kind of stuff. I just hate proprietary stuff. We have the ability to use, you know, stuff that can share plugs, in my opinion. So I just dislike a lot of proprietary stuff. And Sony are very guilty of doing this. Sony have a lot of proprietary cables and such in their lineups of things. Yeah. So the one thing with this, in the back here, you do have a 9-volt power supply option. So that's here, 9-volt power supply. And here is this specialized mini DIN connector. All right. And that's what these cables come with. So you get with this, and this is the actual connection. So this is a mini DIN if you haven't seen one before. It's like a mini MIDI kind of thing with like 7 pins in it. You see those pins? They're really small, kind of really small. So you get one of these. It's a MIDI DIN to Lightning. So you get one of those. You get a Lightning one for if you've got an old iOS device. You get a mini DIN to USB-C. And you also get a mini DIN to USB-A. And that's what I have plugged in, right? Why is the reason I hate these things? Because they're incredibly fragile. They're super fragile. That's why. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. So I'll move these aside. Now I can't use the Lightning one because this isn't a Lightning iPad, so I won't be showing that off. This is an iPad Pro, so it has a USB-C, but the way I have this set up to run my show, it is connected to a USB-C hub going to the back here. So I can't use the USB-C connection. I have to use a USB-A into my hub that goes into my iPad. Yeah. So currently, as you can see here, my lights are on my UR22. So I've currently got that connected right now. Let's fiddle around with this and connect this all to my iRig. And hey, what could go wrong? It's live. Yes, so you can use this with your iPhone, you can use this with an iPad, you can use this with a Mac, you can use this with a Windows computer, you can use this with whatever kind of thing that takes on any of those connections. So with my UR22 here, what could go wrong? This is like working with children and animals. So you'll see here at the back, I have these 2 cables here. This is my left and right outs. And I'm now going to dislodge these because how my setup is, and I'll turn off this now. We don't need this right now. These cables go into my mixer here, into this channel. So these stereo cables go into my mixer, and that's how you hear my iPad, through this channel right here. Yeah. So we're going to take these first off. We're going to realign these into the iRig. So let's have a look first at everything that's on this before I plug it in. Yeah. At the bottom, this is your multi-jack inputs. All right. So your combo jacks. So you can put in a microphone or a guitar lead, So you got two of those. Happy days, yeah? To the side, you have a direct monitoring button here, so you can have direct monitoring on or off. Hello, Adam. Good to see you. And you have a headphone jack, so you can listen to your headphones, and you have an individual volume for your headphones as well. So that's good to split stuff up. Down the bottom, at the top where we looked at previously, this is where your power supply is. Hello, Joe. This is so power supply. This is where your mini DIN is, the MIDI connections that I showed you right at the start. To the side, we have the outputs, the stereo outputs, which are going to go into my mixing desk here with these two cables. We have a volume and a 48 volt power option here for if you are using a condenser microphone. And on the front, you've got some lights that tell you some things, and you've got two big volume rockers. On the back, you have a battery slot. So this is completely portable as well. And it comes, amazingly enough, in the package, you get a set of batteries. How many products these days actually give you a pack of batteries as well? So kudos to you, IK Multimedia, for actually sending batteries. Right, let's clear up a few things. If you're using this at home, like I am in my studio, you do not need batteries in it. Batteries are for when you're on the go. So don't waste batteries by leaving it in there sitting on your desk. The best thing to do is to plug it into a powered hub, right? The iPad can power it, but putting it into a powered USB hub and then into your iPad is the best way to go, or buy the 9-volt power supply. So we're going to plug these in. So this is my right stereo out, my left. So those are now connected, move my mouse, to this here. So we're good to go there. Why is my camera, let's just fix my camera. I think I forgot to do this today. Go into properties. Oops, wrong one. Let me just fix my camera because it keeps doing that stupid, you know that stupid thing where it keeps changing light. Let me just fix that for a second. Yeah, there we go. I've got exposure ticked and focus ticked. There we go. That's fixed now, so that won't happen anymore. Good stuff. Alrighty, so we've got this connected. Now we need to connect this DIN connection. And this is another reason why I hate these connections. Pay attention when you're plugging it in, yeah? Make sure, because these little steel points in here, they're really fragile. And I had some issues with this, and IK Multimedia is sending me a new one of these because my one's got it's got some issues. So I'm going to have to be very careful plugging this in. And just so to be clear, this is a demo model, so just be aware of that. So sometimes you can get demo models where they've got an issue, yeah? Now, the thing to do is look at the top, and there's a tiny little arrow, so you know exactly what you're doing when you plug it in. Find the arrow, line that sucker up. Oh my God. I can't see the arrow. I'm going blind. I've got glasses on. I can't see the arrow. There we go. There it is. And we're plugged in and our lights are on. Good to go. So we've got power. And yeah, exactly. I'm scared of the pins too. Here's my suggestion. Leave it plugged in all the time and unplug it from the USB. Man, these DIN plugs, they're flimsy, man. And what happened with mine was one of the pins got squashed and I couldn't get it to power, so I had to actually fix the pin myself. So even me taking this out today to do the show, I was scared shitless. So look, we've got it working, so I'm okay. I'm not scared anymore. We're good. Now, why did I get this thing? Let's talk about that before we plug it in and start using it. We'll jump over here. All right. I got this because I've had my UR22 for a really long time. It's been an absolute workhorse for me. I find that it doesn't kick enough volume out. I find the volume that it kicks out is really if anybody else has a UR22, they're really solid. They're really heavy. You could drop them out of an aeroplane and they wouldn't break or anything like that. They're really built like a tank. But I find the amount of volume that comes out of it is really lackluster. So I've had it for a really long time and I was looking to update. I watched Pete Johns he's been doing Songtember with an iRig Pro Duo. It prompted me to reach out to IK Multimedia and see if they would send me one, and they did. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to say it straight off the bat. I've been using it all week, and there does seem to be like a massive amount of volume difference from this output compared to my UR22. This puts out a fuckload of output. So I really like it for that. And the tones I'm getting from my vocals have been really, really clean, which I like. Hello, Barry Glenn. Hello, Dean. Good to see you. Is there anyone else I may have missed who's come in? I think I said hello to Andy. I think I said hello to Joe. Alrighty, let's plug some things in. Good times. Like working with children and animals. What could possibly go wrong? Everything. Good times. So I will open up a GarageBand project. We'll open up my FMC project because that's what I've been working on. Oh, and Joe and Barry, I re-uploaded that file with your drums, so hopefully that works. We've been having issues for me to try and send Joe and Barry Glenn the GarageBand project. I've zipped it up and they're unable to open it for some reason, which is odd because I sent the exact same project, not that project, but another project, zipped it the same way, sent that to my good friend Steve last night for a song that I've finished mixing and mastering for him, and it all worked fine. Anyway, let's open this. Does this need some tracks? Possibly. I think it does. We can redo the tracks on this anyway. Alrighty, so we've got our GarageBand project opened up, ready to go. This is FMC. What one is this? Do we have sound first? Let's check this out. So we'll hit play. Okay. We've got sound. So, as you can see, looking here, these outputs are going into this channel here. And when I control the volume here, you should see. The other beautiful thing is I can control the volume to the side here. So you can see my volume slider here. It's only like a quarter. Let's turn this up to full on the iRig. That's up full. So we're getting plenty of volume out of it. So that works really cool. That's awesome. Everything's coming through out of it. It's working as it should be as an audio interface. Joe Glenn, still trying, says file is too large. I have no idea how you are getting file is too large. It's the exact same file you sent me. So I don't know. I don't know. I've done it a million times and never come across that before. All it is basically your GarageBand project file in a zip. So it's the exact same file you sent me, just with a different name. Right, so let's try doing some recording. Should we do some bass? We've got some bass here. Should we do some bass? Maybe. Or maybe we'll start with some vocals. Fuck it, we'll start with some vocals. We'll try two different vocals. Hello, Ed Zielinski. So I need a plug for vocals, don't I? I do. Let's use... I have this mic here. So to kick off, I think I have a mic lead here. We'll push this back a bit. Oh man, there's not much length here. That's what she said. I'll push this back. Hello, who else have I missed? Hello, Clayton. Right, so I'm going to plug this microphone in. All right, so we've got a mic in. Now, I'm using this Shaw just to show you a microphone that is a dynamic first. So this is my dynamic, so we don't need phantom power on. I forgot to say, so I did mention there's phantom power on this. Let's just turn it to the side so it's fitting there. You can see as I'm touching this, the lights are lighting up here, and you are given an indication of if it's peaking by the colors. So red obviously is peaking, orange is okay, and you know, all that kind of good stuff. So I can control the volume here, turning this up and down. We'll turn it down for now. So when I'm touching on it, it's just making a little bit of an input noise there. We'll kick off a new microphone here. Let's bring in a new mic. I always scroll the wrong way. Yeah, have you got enough memory to download it? All right, so I'm just going to choose, oops, let's go to this screen here so you can see both. There we go. So you can see both of what's happening here. I'm going to choose vocals and just create a lead vocal track. Now, this is channel 1. So we're plugged into channel 1. So this is set right here at channel 1. So we're all good. We can turn on monitoring. Oh, we're getting some sound. And let me turn this up a bit. And I'll turn my mic down. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, can you go, baby, 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 yeah, oh yeah, yeah. So I've got this turned up to 6, and that's putting plenty of output. We can turn that up even more. That's pretty good. Probably peaking a bit. Wow. All coming through okay. Let's take out some of this vocal hall. There you go. So, nice clear sound. I can't hear any noise. So we're good. Let's try recording some vocals with this microphone into it. Now, I don't know. What do I have here? Let's check out these tracks. I'll turn this down so I don't blow your ears out. So let's try recording in here. So I'm definitely not peaking out. It sounds like I'm peaking out here because I've got... So remember, folks, what is going into the iRig is your input gain. So you can keep this as low as possible, and you can actually turn up. So here's your input on the left side, and whatever you have on the right side, when you turn it up and down, this is what you're hearing. This has no impact on the actual recording. So this is just for monitoring purposes, yeah? So let's just play this through and see if I can whack out some vocals to it. And we'll see how loud it comes up, how clear. Hello, hello, it's peaking out here and I love it. Really aggressive stuff. Yeah, let's do it. I'll add some hall back. Hey, we'll add some drive to it as well. Yum! Yeah! Let's go. I don't know what you will say. Now you feel that you moment to be. My mind is and now you will find. Yeah, you mind and you cannot entertain. You people my zombie, you got nothing to lose. The sins of pancakes in you. You people my zombie, you got nothing to lose. The sins of pancakes in you. I don't know what you got to say. No, no, girl, and you got to go find. I don't know what you're gonna make. No, 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 what you gonna make. You people my zombie, you got nothing to lose. The sins of pancakes and you. Cool, so we got a pretty low signal in there, but you know, you don't want to blow things out. I can clearly turn that up. Hello, Pete Johns. Hello to you. Let's have a listen. Sweet. All right, so that works. So we can record vocals. Now, as I said, I've been using this for a week already. It's really cool. What we're going to try next is we're going to turn down this vocal all the way to 0 so we don't burst your eardrums. We're going to turn off monitoring here, so that's all good. We'll just mute this track as well, so there's no chance of any bizarre sounds coming through. And now, I prepared this earlier. Let's go full screen over here. Please let this work. Right. I prepared this earlier. This is my Rode, this is my Rode condenser mic. There you go. So there it is there in the shot. And we're going to try the 48 volt phantom power. So I'm going to take out the plug from here in this microphone. Cool. We've got no pops, no sounds like that. And I'm going to take this and plug this into my Rode NT1. And now on the iRig Duo, which you can't see now because it's behind my microphone, I'm going to turn on the phantom power. Yeah. And now you'll see when I turn on phantom power, let's move this sucker. Dude. The light up here comes on as well, symbolizing that phantom power is on. So previously it was only these two lights are on, but this light up the top now lets you know that you've got phantom power connected. And this light up here on this side, when this is lit up, lets you know that you've got MIDI connected at the back. Yeah. So we've got phantom power. We've got a condenser mic now. Let's see if we can dial this in and see how we go. I'll turn down this main mic. We'll unmute this track, delete this vocal take, and we'll slowly bring this in. One sec. Hello. Cool. So this is my condenser mic now. We're running through this. Yummy for my tummy, you've got nothing to lose. Placenta, pancakes, and puke. Wow, so clearly you can hear the difference using a condenser mic to my Shure. So we've got a nice clear signal coming through. We're not peaking, duck peaking. Penny picked a penis from Peter's placenta. We're all good. So let's do this. And I'm going to hit record. So you can hear there's more floor noise in this because it's a condenser mic. You can hear definite floor noise, but that is what we have. Let's give this a go. I don't know what you will say. Now you bleed as another party. Now you take it down to your face. I don't know what you're gonna say. Nothing but my tummy, you've got nothing to lose. The things are pancakes and you. Nothing but my tummy, you've got nothing to lose. The things are pancakes and you. I don't know what you will say. Now you bleed for another fucking day. Change your start to your moment away. I don't know what you're gonna say. Nothing but my tummy, you've got nothing to lose. The things are pancakes and you. Nothing but my tummy, you've got nothing to lose. The things are pancakes and you. Let's bring in my other microphone and turn this down. So, pretty cool. Look at that. So I had that set, I think that was set again at 6. So really not pushing it at all. Yeah, not pushing it at all. And using the condenser mic sounds beautiful. Cool. So you can see how easy this thing is to use. This sucker is really, really easy to use. I'm going to turn off phantom power now. Just flick back over here. Turn it off. Cool. Make sure the volume's down. Make sure monitoring's off. And unplug this microphone. And get rid of this. I've got too many microphones. And we'll put that down there. Cool. So very easy to use this thing. And, you know, this thing's solid, man. This thing's really, really solid. Exactly, Pete. I think, and I said this before you got here, Pete, this thing is like, clearly 3 decibels or more louder than my Steinberg UR22. I'm getting more volume out of this thing. Just overall volume. Just playback, just overall volume. It's just louder. It goes up to 11, mate. Goes up to fucking 11. I'm going to grab some guitar now and plug that in. So bear with me a tick. And we'll do that and then we'll wrap this sucker up. So going forward, this Steinberg of mine will be delegated to my Mac Mini. My Mac Mini, which is sitting just over here. I don't know if I can do this. Maybe I can do it. Let's try this. So there's my Mac Mini sitting over here with its own monitor and keyboard. And it currently has a really old interface. It currently has a really old interface. It has a PreSonus Audio 1. So my Mac Mini is going to be given the Steinberg. And I'm going to be using this. I do love the Steinberg. It's really solid as a tank, but I seem to be able to drive much more volume. This for vocals has been a godsend. And I'm a vocalist predominantly, so most of you should know that. And to be able to get really good vocal sounds out of this, I've just noticed, I don't know, the preamps seem to pull really good vocal sounds with minimal fuss. Really minimal fuss, and that's what you want from something, from an audio interface. And it's going to clear a lot more space on my desk for, I guess, more gear. I didn't say that. I did not say that. Right. Let me grab a guitar. So I've grabbed my 7-string LTD, and I'm going to need to plug it in. Do I have a cable somewhere? Cables, man. There's my cable. Okay, yes, the UR22 has been dethroned emperor. Yeah, and that's it too, Pete. The coloured lights are fantastic. Now, one thing I will talk about with this, you may notice when I'm recording the guitars with this, it seems like it peaks into the red a lot while I'm using this for guitar. It's tone bridge. It's one of the fallbacks of using tone bridge, in my opinion. I need a pick. Got myself a pick, baby. So, what do we got here in guitar tracks? Let's just jump out of here. So I've got a bass track here. Let's solo some of these. How sick is that bass sound, huh? That was recorded with this. That bass sound is fucking crazy shit. Let's bring in all the drums so you can hear exactly what's happening. Listen to this bass with these drums. Fuck, man. How pumping is that? What did I use for the bass on this? Not much. I used the GarageBand high definition bass sound. Nothing else. Absolutely nothing else. So don't ever shit on the GarageBand guitar sounds, especially the bass ones. The bass ones got some really cool things in them. That's all I have going on there. Very sexy bass. Exactly. Bass. How low can you go? So we'll create a brand new guitar track here. And let me bring this in for you. And we're going to go to Fun, Clean, and what I need to do is show you both screens here. Here's my guitar jack. So we're going to plug this into jack 2 on the iRig Duo. Have I got enough length? That's what she said. God, have I used that joke twice today? Peppy, where are you, Peppy? Peppy. Is Peppy there? Peppy. Hello, Peppy. Peppy. Peppy? 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 Peppy's dead. Oh, always on time. So we'll turn up my guitar. I've got my, just plugging in my guitar jack here. Let's do this. I need more hands. Okay, so the guitar's plugged in to channel 2. All good. We're going to change our channel here to channel 2. And we'll turn on our monitoring. Man, I love the sound of 7-string guitars. So we got a signal coming through, yeah? Right, now we're going to go into the settings here, and I'm going to add tone bridge. So what I will do is just turn off the monitoring so your ears don't get blasted, because I'm somewhat considerate occasionally. Don't tell anybody. What are we looking for? Tone bridge. And the 2 tones that I'm using for this album, I'll go full screen for you so you can see the 2 tones that I'm using on here. The Carcass Corporal Jigsaw Quandary sounds. So let's hear what that sounds like. Why do I use Tone Bridge? Because every time I load it up, I get a really good sound without even touching it for exactly what I want to do. Now, you may think that sounds really shrill and thin at the moment, but the 2 tones that I'm using complement each other, and they will be split 3/4 left and right. So what song do we have here? How fucking mental is that fucking bass? See you later, Dave Fox. Thanks for hanging out. These pickups are just the pickups that came on my LTD guitar. Alrighty, the moment of truth. Let's give a bit of volume here. And we'll go to this split screen so you can actually see my hands playing. So you know I'm actually playing guitar. Do I have issues with ToneBridge not properly recalling sounds when you let them? No, that's been fixed. What problem I do have is audio units crashing with multiple tone bridges. So if you're anywhere up to about 6 tone bridges, occasionally it'll crash and you'll have to reboot GarageBand. So that's the only problem I'm having with tone bridge. They've actually fixed that, Thomas. They fixed that ages ago, so you can have multiple pedal sounds. You'll see that in a sec. All right, let's turn on our click track. And let's try and play this through. Holy shit. Can I do this at 6:52 in the morning? All right, let's give it a go. No, I can't. Try that again. Give it one more go. Close. I'm going to pull down the volume a bit. It's a bit loud. Let's go about there. Done. And so look, nothing too overly loud there. Probably could have turned it down a bit it's a bit hot, but it's metal and that's all that counts. So what I'm going to do quickly is just to show Tom as well that everything's working. What did I use for the bass? Did I see Brad ask? I'll show you again, Brad, just for you. Just a clean tone going into this high definition GarageBand tone, and I didn't change one setting at all. So that is that. See how ill I am, my health? I just played that song through on my guitar and I listened to me breathing. Man, my health is so shit. All right, so what I'm going to do with this, click on this guitar tone, go over here, I'm going to pan this about to the middle. So when we listen to this back, cool. Now I'm going to duplicate this track. Maybe it'll duplicate. There we go. And jump into the tone here because we already have tone bridge. And now I can go in and just change the tone. So I'm going to use this terrorizer tone as my alternate tone. So you can hear this is more of a bottom endy tone. And let's go in here and change the panning over to the right. And let's see if we can play this again. And you should hear a very boomy, really cool guitar sound with these hard pans. All right, see if I don't fuck this song up. Sweet. So let me just put my guitar down. And I'll just unplug this. We'll mute the monitoring, turn it down, unplug it. Yeah. Oh. So, that is how easy it is to use this iRig Pro. Let's have a listen to these two guitar sounds. We'll get out of this section here. We'll unselect all these drums and this bass. So I do actually have another guitar track in here.
Now you bleed for another fucking day. Change your know what you're gonna do. I don't know what you're gonna say. Yummy, you've got nothing to lose. Sands on and gates. It's you. Yummy, you've got nothing to lose. Sands on and gates. It's you. Yummy, you've got nothing to lose. Sands on and gates. It's you. Yummy, you've got nothing to lose. Sands on and gates.
Boom. Yeah, look, Dan, it's probably the best way to go. I can suggest as a, metal guitarist for a long time and vocalist. What I will do in my final mixes with this is there'll be these two tones I've chosen, which will be a static thing across the whole album. We'll bring this over here for now. And then I'll be using Bias Effects 2 for another guitar track up the middle. So I'll be using one up the middle and these two tone bridges to the side, but not all the way hard pan, just half panned on each side. And we'll have one driving up the guts with a totally different tone. So I'll have three different guitar tones and that chunk and bass, man, which is just boom, brutal. What are my final thoughts on the iRig Pro? I think you know what I'm going to say. It's awesome. It's really small, takes up so little room. Hey, many of us have not much space, yeah? So this is the thing to go. On the go, takes two batteries, two AA batteries, and those AA batteries power your 48 volt phantom power. So that's really cool. That's a great thing. As I said, it seems to me from my case usage, I'm getting a lot louder sounds out of it than my UR22. Yeah, no other issues. The only thing I, as I said in the beginning, that I dislike are the DIN connectors. I don't like them. I don't like proprietary cables. And I did have an issue with this cable, so I still have an issue with it because I bent a pin. There was the pin was bent in it. But IK Multimedia is sending me a new one, so that's cool. That should be sorted. That's what happens sometimes with demo models and stuff like that. But I'm moving to this full time. So you will be seeing this sitting up here going forward. Even if you still see this sitting there, it will be turned off. There will be no lights on it. This is my go-to from now on. Awesome stuff. It's a great little device. Powered with a USB powered hub or your iPad. Yeah, absolutely, Pete. Just, I wish everything was USB-C, man. Can we just, like, if we're not all going to get vaccinated, I know, your fucking personal freedom, I know. Can we all just at least have USB-C on everything, please? Can we just agree on USB-C? I don't know. All right, so that'll be it for today. I hope you've had a good day. If you've enjoyed the show, hit the like. It helps me, makes me really happy. Yeah, exactly, Pete. The balanced TRS outputs are fantastic. That's why the sound is so booming, so fantastic. You can put it into monitors. It's lovely, 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 lovely. What's coming up on the show? So tomorrow we'll be looking at the FMC. I'll be doing more work on this because at the end of this week, I need to have this finished. I'll be releasing this on Friday, your time, in the rest of the world, because I live in the future. So Friday's my date to looking at getting this released. So the next couple of days, we'll be doing that kind of stuff. Songtember, wrapping up this album, this EP, these 7 songs. But I've got something really special for you all on Thursday, your time. We're doing the final episode of the Wart Songtember series, and I have a very special guest on the show. I have Andy Goldsby from the Indigo Sunsets coming on, and we will be talking all about getting your music played on the radio, getting your music out there to places, getting your music out there, right? Because the Indigo Sunsets are an amazing band who have gone in 1 year, not even knowing about GarageBand, to releasing possibly one of the best albums around our community last year into 2020, right? And within a very short time have had their music played on BBC Radio. So why not have an expert who has shown everybody that it's incredibly easy to push and get your music played on somewhere like the BBC, yeah? And we're going to talk about the past 3 episodes about writing biographies, creating your promotion, making everything match your value. We're going to put all that into practice and talk about how to use all those skills to then get your stuff played on the radio. So seriously, join me this Thursday at the usual time. Me and Andy Goldsby are going to help you. So when you finish your Songtember song, how to get it played, man. And there's a lot of people who've used these techniques, like Auntie G, who's been played on lots of radio stations. I know Gary Hubbs has been played on radio stations using these techniques. So they're just some examples, yeah? All right, my friends, have a fantastic day. Hit the like, it helps me out. If you want to go to the Gear Guide, buy something from there, that helps me out too. But you know what the most important thing is? It's you. Do what makes you happy. Make mistakes, they make you better, because we all rise together. Keep rocking, and I'll see you tomorrow, yeah? Bye-bye. Toodaloo. Magic Mirror, tell me today, have all my friends had fun at play? I can see Barry, I can see Thomas, I can see Dr. Zorders and Scott and Clayton. I can see Gary Hubbs and Dan Ekberg. Thank you, Magic Mirror. And Joe, bye-bye, bye-bye.